Thank you, and you may be seated. My name is Jeff, and it's a real pleasure for me to welcome you here. Many of you have come from a long, long way away, and you've come here with great intent. You've come here for a very specific purpose, and it's not just to taste the wonderful wine of California and see the city by the bay. It's for a sacred reason that you have come. In the real sense, you and I have the pleasure, the real honor to witness something that's historic. This relationship is under God, and it is by God's hand and specificity that He has brought Mark and Amy together. And we, in this beautiful setting, get to witness it. Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
Her father.
Do you pledge today? Do you pledge to support their union, to give wise counsel when they ask it of you, and a listening ear should they call on you? Absolutely. If this is your heart for them, yes, will you respond by saying, we will?
We will.
Now I would like you, if you would, to take just a moment and greet your daughter by hug, by whisper in the ear, by kiss on the cheek. This is a time for you. She has come here to marry Mark. And now I want to ask a similar question that is not so traditional. And it's this one. Who gives this man to be married to this woman? And a listening ear if and when they call on you. So you respond by saying, we will.
We will.
Mark, you may greet your mother and father. You who call Amy and Mark family and friend, do you pledge to continue to be the community in their lives that will support them through times good, through times bad, through times average, and at all times help them become the loving husband and wife that we all know that they long to be? If so, at the risk of them being weak in the knees, will you look at them in the eye and say together, we will?
We will.
All right. As beautiful as this setting is, as you have chosen specifically this beautiful physical setting in this Northern California winery, as beautiful as it is, I can tell you today on your wedding day, Amy, you are a vision, Glory. Truly. So I will say it for the rest of us. And Mark, we're glad you're here. Griffin's going to read a passage from a part of the scriptures you selected. 1 John. I'm going to ask him if you would speak boldly.
And so we know and rely on the love God has for us. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. This is how love is made complete among us, so that we will have confidence on the day of judgment. In this world, we are like Jesus. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. We love because He first loved us.
Well said. You're about to vow, as you have already promised her, that you'll be loyal and true to her, that you'll be patient in adversity, that you'll minister to her in sickness, comfort her in sorrow, and at all times love her in a way that forgives and forgets. Mark, if this is your heart for Amy, will you turn your eyes upon her now and say, I will?
I will.
Okay, Amy. Amy, you're about to become Mark's wife. You have an opportunity to be to him a source of joy and restoration in the days that lie ahead. And you're about to, as you have already promised him, vow to be loyal and true, patient in times of adversity, minister to him in times of sickness, and comfort him in times of sorrow, and at all times love him in a way that forgives and forgets. Amy, if this is your heart for Mark, will you turn your eyes upon him now and say, I will?
I will.
Okay. Symbolically, if you would, I'm going to ask you to take a step forward and face each other. You pass those beautiful flowers off. I want you to take each other's hands.
I, Mark, promise before God
And all those who are present here,
and all those who are present here
to take you, Amy,
to take you, Amy,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poor,
for richer or for poor,
in sickness and in health,
sickness and in health,
to love and cherish,
to love and cherish,
until death parts us.
until death parts.
Okay, Amy, he's in. Your turn, Amy. From the heart, the vows you have for him. Would you repeat these after me? I, Amy, promise before God
I, Amy, promise before God
and all those present here
and all those present here
to take you, Mark,
to take you, Mark,
to be my husband
to be my husband
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poor,
for richer or for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health. Excuse me.
to love and to cherish
To love and to cherish
until death parts us.
until death parts us.
This ring I give you
This ring I give you
as a sign of my constant love.
as a sign of my constant love.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I marry you.
I marry you.
And in like fashion, Amy, and placing it on his finger, if you'd repeat this pledge after me. This ring I give you
This ring I give you
as a sign of my constant love.
as a sign of my constant love.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I marry you.
I marry you.
Okay. And with that, I'm going to ask them if they would take their hands. We're going to symbolize the life together. Mark, you serve in some way as a foundation. Amy, you rest on that foundation and flourish because of it. And in like fashion, Mark, you serve as a protector, someone who comes around to defend and advocate for Amy. And in like fashion, Amy, you become all the more the glorious version of yourself that God's always intended you to be. Every day, underneath the two of you, at your right hand and at your left, and all around you, and most importantly, deep inside each of you, is a much bigger love. The love of God the Father, who has brought the two of you together on purpose. You are no accident, this Mark and Amy thing. I want you to know something. From now on, you abide in his love. He will protect and provide for you at every turn. Father, thank you so much for Mark and for Amy and their spirit. Clearly their hearts are for each other, inside the love that you have for them, the dance that you dance over each of them. We know that you rejoice all so much more than we can imagine on a day like this, when your son and daughter are brought together on purpose. So we ask your blessings on Mark and your blessings on Amy as they become husband and wife today. Will you bind them from the heart, never ever to be separated, and for all their days and lives together to know the fullness of your direction and power in their lives, that they might be the best expression of what you have always intended them to be. We thank you for them, and we rejoice with them on this their wedding day. We ask these things and pray these things in the name of Christ. Amen.
Amen.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. With that, it falls to me the great privilege to now pronounce that in fact you, Mark and Amy, are husband and wife together in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and all that remains to confirm this is Mark, for you to kiss your bride. Now you adjourn and face your guests. It is my privilege to present to you for the first time anywhere in public, Mr. and Mrs. Mark and Amy Enis.
Cheers, congrats.
Cheers, Mark and Amy.
Mark and Amy.
Good luck to you.
I'm Mark's dad.
That's Mark's dad, yeah.
I'm happy to witness this beautiful wedding of Amy Luckett and Mark Enis. My granddaughter, my youngest granddaughter got married today. I got a little emotional, but I'm very happy for Amy and Mark.
Amy and Mark,
I just hope y'all will be just as happy as your papa and I were, because that was a blessed life together. And I'm so proud of both of you. So glad to have you married, and I know you'll be happy to see her. Love you, and come to see me.
Okay. Feel and point with your left arm. Like
1, 2, 3.
hey. Nice.
Okay, I got it.
Mark doesn't want to
Yeah. Put it like a 1, 2.
We're about to dine with them for their first meal as Mr. and Mrs. Mark Enis. Mark and Amy, come on in.
All right.
Same for you.
Check out our Game of Thrones challenge.
Name here.
More wine? Cersei should be. But like Game of Thrones, I don't think you can.
Oh, you don't do Game of Thrones?
I know about it.
Mike and I went here literally a month ago for a wedding in February.
Yeah, and Mom and Greg are going to bring out. I think we're going to do like kind of like a
Do you have a VCR? We probably have 100.
Hey, Sadie. Hey, Dallas filled up.
Do you want some more? What?
Come back and come back.
Somebody needs to do that.
Hey, we got luckily you had a video for Mom. I don't know, just Mom.
You're on the right
Natural Mom, let it be natural.
We went on the day breeder. See the really good.
lighter than your other red. Okay, that's good. Like I'm always thinking of it as weird, but like when someone I'm like, that's like you know, like Ashley or Mary. And then I'm like already seeing her.
That's what we call the brand is called. They feel really good. Yeah, they do feel good. They're really breathable. They're not stale. Yeah, no, they feel good. Maybe. I'm doing what I can with them, you know. Yeah, you know. Did you get the listening shoes? Yeah.
Okay.
My mom had me when she was 34.
Okay.
Yes.
And had Ed when she was.
Just thank you, Lord, for what today represents, Lord. Just thank you, Lord, for the blessing you give Amy and Mark, Lord. Just ask, Lord, just watch over us, keep us safe, Lord. Just bless this food for our body, nurse our soul. That's these small things in Jesus' name.
Amen.
The bride and groom are now going to cut the cake. Go ahead.
You got the knife over there.
Which one? Oh, I'm cutting the flower. Cut the flower.
That's all right. Just cut it.
Is it bad?
No.
Hold on. Okay.
There you go. You gonna cut it all the way down?
I can't cut it.
It's fine. You don't have to cut it all the way down. You don't have to go. You don't have to go. This is crazy thing about the stomach.
I mean, you get it out.
You need help? Here you go.
This is harder than it looks.
We begin with the father of the bride.
All right, first of all, I'd like to thank all of y'all for coming out and helping us celebrate Mark and Amy's special day. And you can give yourself a round of applause for that, because thank you very much for that. We certainly do appreciate it. And I know that, Ann and I are proud to have Mark in our family now. And we know that he's going to take good care of our little Ami. And it's a far cry, Amy, from the little tomboy that ran around with her hat on backwards. It's but yeah, you're as beautiful as we dreamed you would be. But marriage is quite a blessing. It takes 100%, and you get out of it what you put into it. But it really is a blessing. Thank you.
Rod, I wouldn't want to follow that, but Bill, it's your turn.
I never dreamed when I drove up the driveway how beautiful this was going to be. But anyway, Mark, we're very proud of you. Always have been, especially tonight. And Amy, welcome to the family. We are so glad that y'all chose each other. And Phyllis and I are so happy, hoping that y'all gonna have a very happy marriage. And I didn't bring my toast up here. But anyway, everybody drink. Mark and Amy having a great deal. Okay.
Next up, the maid of honor, Mallory.
Mark actually took me to lunch one day and was like, I'm gonna take your sister from you. This was before any of the family was involved. And I was like, I know, it's gonna be tough, it'll be fine. So everyone, we're attached to the hip. Everyone's always like, what are you gonna do without her? What are you gonna do without her? It's like, we've lived together till we're almost 30. I think someone else can take her now. I've cooked enough dinners for Amy. It's Mark's turn, But it's all good. I've been so excited for y'all getting married and starting a life out here. It's going to be awesome, because I think the fact that you're getting away from where everyone is, it's like you can focus on each other. It's going to be great. But cheers to the couple, and I love y'all, and I look forward to the future. Hear, hear, cheers.
Here's the best man, brother of the groom, Brian Enis.
And to Amy, the first time we met you was at a tailgate in Mississippi State, and we were driving home, and Griffin said, I like Amy, and I really like Amy, and I was like, oh, you do? And he's like, yeah, I think Mark should marry her. And so Mark's Griffin's a pretty good judge of character, and so is Mark. So we're really glad to have you in the family now, and thank you, Steve and Anna and Mom and Dad for putting all this on. It's great to see all of Mark's old buddies. Mark, I'm just want you to know, I don't say it enough, but really proud of you, and you're a good brother. And the preacher talked about a foundation, and I think you guys have got a great foundation, a great start in San Francisco to get your marriage started and to build a life together. And we're just really happy for you, and we love you on behalf of me and Meredith and Griffin.
I guess, Evan, you're going first over here?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay.
Playing basketball. Tupelo Christian. Hey, Mark. Why don't you block out real quick? They're shooting some free throws. Mark turns around, the guy shoots it, he just steps back, looks at me. Like, screw you, man. Don't tell me what to do. I'm like, Mark, we're on the same damn team. What are you talking about? I'm happy as hell to be here, and this has been a great celebration, and this means the world to me, and I'm just over the moon about it. So congratulations. Cheers. Cheers to that.
I'm Sydney Ray. I'm the best friend. Whenever Amy was like, yeah, we're thinking about moving to San Francisco, I was like, that's a good idea. I like that. When she was talking about getting married out here, I was like, yeah, that sounds really good. And I was like, what color dress are you wearing, Mallory? And she told me. I was like, yeah, me too. We were joking. Mallory rode in the back of the car on the way over here, and she was like in the penalty box, what we call it. And And so, like we had like all this stuff and we're getting out, and I was like, "Hey, somebody let me out," and I was like, "No, you're staying in there. I'm the maid of honor now." So that was funny. So I'm just so happy to be here, and I love y'all, and I'm happy to be here to celebrate y'all. So that's it. Cheers!
I'm John Lucas, for those of you that don't know me. Mark was a roommate of mine for a couple years in college. We had a blast. I taught him how to cook. Now he's teaching me how to cook, which is really weird. Because Mark would do anything for any one of us here. Any one of us. And that's what grew our relationship from the very beginning. He is selfless. And Amy, you're lucky. And Mark, you're even more lucky.
Hell yeah.
I love you guys. Cheers. You know, I appreciate you having me out here. Cheers.
Chelsea and TC that made it the best date of my life. It was because I was with Amy, and she is one of the best people. I'm emotional and pregnant. She's one of the best people that I've ever met. She's one of the greatest friends that I've ever had. So I'm so happy for y'all. Y'all are gonna be so great out in San Francisco. I'm just so excited for y'all because marriage is really fun, and I know that you two are gonna do it right, and it's just gonna be a great life, and you deserve it. So, love you.
Oh, good job, Chad. My name's Adams. Mark and Amy had this plan, so we spent Sunday listening to some wedding planning over the phone with Mark and Amy. And I really haven't felt that included in anything in my entire life. At this point, I think I know their favorite stores, where they want to shop, what their favorite cuisines are, what their favorite colors are, all of that. Amy, it's very special for me because our time together face to face has been very short, but I really can't think of a better partner for my best friend. And to Mark, it's been very special for me to be here. I'm glad that you found Amy because I know she's perfect for you. Thanks.
Grandmother, we can't deny her.
Let's give a toast to everyone. And this toast is to the hinge, to the gates of friendship and love. May they never rust. Did you hear me? May they never rust. Remember that.
Nice way to finish the toast. Mark and Amy, I think we got some folks here that want to dance, and nobody can do any dancing until you get us going here.
Love you, Mark. We're talking to everybody about going to the same
Alright, bye Mom. Nice try.
Okay.
Valerie, hey, quit going. John, don't drive.
Don't worry. Just take
Hey, Sid, y'all like I think y'all need to get out.
Wow.
Hey, let's go. It's time to go. Hey, Kara.
We got a big time
Mallory.